And just like that, Nightwave Volume 9 is no more. But don't worry, just like that, Nightwave Nora's Mix Volume 10 Dreams of the Dead has arrived. This has got some interesting rewards, but some of them we've all wanted to see since they basically announced this and never went into more details about it. Shedu, Day of the Dead skin. This is, of course, the new design of Day of the Dead skins, not the original designs. That's just straight up weird. Does this work on the Operator and the Drifter would be the better question here. Reverend mods. Dreadful Shot for the Basmu doesn't look too bad with the increased damage and status chance of 20% for every 75 health you have on your Warframe, caps at 65%. Okina, Day of the Dead skin, does look good. Shame they didn't come out with more weapons of that style. If you already have something that is in the reward tree, because the Emissary Operator Collection is something that has been there before many times, don't worry. They will, instead of getting this again, you will get 50 Nora mix creds, these things in the top right. But I do love the look of that. It does look pretty good. More importantly, Taxon, Day of the Dead skin. I definitely didn't call it the Desert Camo skin out of force of habit, because that just really is. This, I mean, it's all round insanely detailed for a Sentinel nobody really uses. That's a goddamn shame, because if this was a skin that would go on any of them, that could have looked so good. We have the Vermillion Kavat armor, same deal. Anything that's repeated in here, if you already have it, then you won't get a duplicate, you'll get Nora mix creds instead. The Atomos Day of the Dead skin. It's like the baby to the Noco. Oh yes, I forgot about that. The Harka Kubrow skin is also here. That looks heavy. I'm a little bit more concerned at the fact that my Kubrow has bright red eyes. That could just be the skin that does this. For the Hema, that's right, the Hema is getting an augment. Really? Necrophagic Vigor. Reloading drains up to half your health based on ammo created. Ooh. Increasing... I hate that. They put so much detail into these things that you can't open the image without it covering the writing, and it's kind of annoying. Anyway, increasing crit chance and crit damage by 20% for every 20 health drained. Again, capped at 60%. That could be quite an interesting one. That needs to be removed. But there, of course, is the Skaut Day of the Dead skin. This is a landing craft for the Scout ship. I really, really detest Bloom. And this is just the main reason for it. It doesn't need to look like that in the slightest. And they haven't hotfixed it, so that's something I need to go in and try and correct. We have the Sentinel mask, not the Day of the Dead one. The Calaverita? Verita? I'm gonna get slapped for butchering these. This will, of course, include the Sentinel mask that is going to be in horrible colours on my Sentinel. The Sentinel tail that, to be fair, that actually goes pretty well on there. And, of course, the wings, which it's all meant for Taxon. We, of course, have the Umbra Forma. I have stressed this for the past 10 rotations of Nightwave. One of the main reasons to do any of the new Nightwaves is right there. The Umbra Forma. It is a built Umbra Forma, and these things are ridiculously hard to get a hold of, so yeah, that is one of the main reasons to do Nightwave right there. But of course, we do also have the Day of the Dead Syandana that's going with it. I actually kind of like that. Wasn't too fond of it to begin with, but... Oh, okay. I was going to say that weird lighting on the top turns... Oh no, it does have lighting on it. All over it. It's a pulse of energy that flows down it. Okay. That is actually a nice touch, and it's on the inside as well as the outside. Not bad at all, actually. Now, don't get me wrong here. This was funny. Top of the news list, 27th of October. Nightwave, Dreams of the Dead is alive. Click. Click. And it takes you to a post from the 7th of October that says Dreams of the Dead arrives October 27th. And in fact, it's missing from the right-hand side, even if you refresh the page. There it is. From October 13th, which is silly, because it should be higher up and it should also be in the news feed. But this tells us which one ended, when it starts, when it comes, and more importantly, Araxia's alternate helmet, which we have kind of already confirmed is in-game, because if we go to cred offerings, it's right there. Which is great, because now I can basically remove 10 minutes of me slating Digital Extreme for not giving us this information, because the website wasn't working correctly, and I was so thankful that it is actually there. And how am I going to find out if Noco's actually there or not? Well, turns out I could just check the forums from 2 weeks ago, which has made even more worse, because I technically used this website yesterday. This exact page. Yesterday, but can confirm Noco's alternate helmet is in fact in the cred offerings. It's not there this week, but it is there. This is huge because it's there. He came out before Nightwave does, so it needed to be there. Whether they were actually going to honour this and add it or not was up in the air and questionable. Now, the 63rd Warframe that comes out in about a month and a half, that one won't be in Volume 10. It'll be Volume 11 before that one's available, but at least in the meantime, we've got Noco's alternate helmet. Because as good as his helmet actually is, it makes him look like a mushroom, that is actually better for being able to play the game. It blocks less of the camera, so it is a good helmet, though it kind of... it looks more like hair. But either way, there are lots of fun new rewards to be had throughout this. This is not just worth doing because of the Umbra Forma. Some of the things like the Kayota Dave the Dead Operator Mask. Don't know why it doesn't say Operator Mask, but it's clearly an Operator Mask. Spore Ephemera is in here, Rivens. There are lots of good things that are going to look pretty good to people who, well, nobody has most of these things because it's the first time they've actually been here, and some of the other stuff has been here before. And most of it does actually look really, really good. Especially with that weird pulsating effect. Come on, there it goes, down the spine, round there, and down the back. It's not just on some things, it seems to be on pretty much everything, and I do like that. That is still annoying that I can't control that, but that's fine. It even has it on the Sentinel accessories, which does look pretty good. But there are some things inside of Nightwave that really need to be gone, since they are something that you can go and pick up as many of you want of for fairly cheap every day. Because you can buy this with Steel Essence from Teshin. It really needs to be gone. But one of my favourite features of Nightwave, of course, is if you don't know what is a Void Flood mission and how do I do them, right click. And it will tell you everything you need to know about what you need to do. As literally just do 15 missions. Kill certain enemies and how to find them. Love that feature. Love the fact it's still there. Same as the duplicate protection. If you already have something, then you won't receive it again. You'll just get some extra Nora's Mix Volume 10 creds that Once this does end, you can't tick them over. Which is why this thing, well, that was at 0 before. I have leveled it up once, so that was at 0 because they don't carry over. But not just that, they have changed the way that this is laid out, and I do kind of like that because it puts the things that most people will have a lot of down and out of the way. And literally put Araxia's alternate helmet right there, slap dab in the middle of the screen to say, oh look, a new helmet has been added to the offerings list. Not only that, for the first week of its appearance, there it is. Have at it. Which is great because that alternate helmet does go really well on Araxia. Still out on Noco's, Araxia's does look good. But either way, Nightwave Nora's Mix Volume 10 Dreams of the Dead is live now for the next 3 ? Months. So do it while you can. It will take about 6 to 7 weeks if you do every one of these every day, all the weeklies and all the dailies, to get past the Calaverita Sentinel. I said that completely wrong again. And even onto the Day of the Dead Syandana. I did pronounce that correctly earlier, but that is in footage that I will now not be using. So with that, we'll leave this off here. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.